So if I say something along the lines or receive something that says, Sam, I see that you used to work at LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. Do you want to buy my stuff? I'm going to say no. So we have to make sure that we've got an authentic tie, right? What about the fact that I worked for LinkedIn? What about the fact that you're tying some kind of show me or know me to someone I know, where I went to school, where I grew up, whatever? There has to be an authentic tie to you or perspective that you have. The next thing that we have to do is a smooth transition, right? So I might say, now I could talk about LinkedIn all day, but the real reason for my outreach is XYZ. That XYZ needs to be something that is specific, tangible, practical to that buyer persona. This cannot be a marketing email. This cannot be a, Sam Sales is the leading trainer and yada, yada. It has to say, I know that as a VP of sales, a CRO, a head of sales enablement, whatever the title is, whatever that buyer persona is, the challenge that we solve and that we offer has to tie specifically to them, right? So we've got to think about, what are they focused on? Are they focused on, let's say, sales kickoffs because we're coming to the end of the year and they're planning for next year? Can I tie something specific and tangible and practical to how I can solve a challenge that they perhaps had with other speakers before and that they won't have with me? Now, other thing we have to think about, the final kind of critical element there, is when we talk about what we can do for them, how we can solve a challenge, what we can support them on, what we have to then consider is, what is their possible forthcoming objection? So if I said to them, you should hire me for your sales kickoff, and then I just sit there and wait, I'm on the phone with them, what are they going to object to? What could they say? They could say, our speakers already decided. They could say that, they're not focused on that right now. They could say, we already have, great speakers that we're considering. So I've got to think about what the most likely objection is, and I have to get around that in that sales email. If you think about it, right, most of us are trying to get an incumbent out or trying to make somebody see value. Let's say we were trying to get the incumbent out. We might say something like, you probably already have a trainer for this. You probably already have a sales methodology. You probably already have a data platform that does this. Here's why we're different. So we have to think about that objection and get around it in the email, because we know that our buyers aren't going to read our email, think, I already have something for this, and then write us an email. They're just going to delete it. So if we instead get around their objection, what's already in their head, build that trust and build that value, then they might say, well, that is exactly what I thought. And we do have already a speaker for this, but here's now I know why we should have Sam instead. Let me respond to this email. Probably the biggest critical thing that seems to be an unknown in writing emails that we help clients solve for.